Well, hello, and happy Thanksgiving to all of my subscribers out there who have tuned in for episode 4 of All the Light We Cannot See and done it on Thanksgiving. Look at that. Look at you. And if you're not in the United States, happy Thursday. Yeah, so I realize this is a uniquely American holiday, and I'm going to talk about a TV show that took absolutely no place whatsoever in America. Not one scene was over here. It was all over in Europe where they don't celebrate Thanksgiving. They're probably the cause of Thanksgiving, but not, not really the not really celebrated over there. Um, So All the Light We Cannot See finished. It is behind us. It was 4 episodes long. Probably should have just been a movie, if we're being really honest. And I would have really loved if it was a movie not directed by Sean Levy. That would have been amazing. I know I'm not supposed to say that because the blind community just enjoyed his presence at the Excellence in Audio Description Awards, or I know I messed that name up, but you got the gist of what I'm talking about. He made an appearance because his point of view has been changed, and I love that. Like, I love that point of it because he will continue to direct things and produce shows, and if he is truly thinking about this, then fantastic, then it's worth it. But as far as the dramatic weight here, he's way out of his depth. When you look at the rest of the work that he's done dramatically, there's nothing on his resume that suggests that this was the project that he was perfectly suited for, and I never felt like we really ever got there. Even Mark Ruffalo, I really hate his accent in this project. I really just feel like it doesn't. I don't know where he's from. I love in episode 3 when they mentioned like he's Parisian, and I was like, oh. Okay, is he trying to do some sort of like regional French accent but not speak in French, so it comes out weird when he speaks in English? Maybe, I don't know. He's a very talented actor who will probably get an Oscar nomination this year for Poor Things. But I don't know, this did not work for me as a performance of his. Hugh Laurie just sounded like Hugh Laurie, for being honest. Which makes it even more confusing that Mark Ruffalo felt the need to go hard on an accent. Just Hugh Laurie was like, "I'm Dr. Gregory House. I'm here." So yeah, it was an interesting series. I was a little let down in general. I think I was a little overhyped by the pandering to the blind community. Especially at the ACB conference when Netflix during their presentation ran like a little audio described commercial for All the Light We Cannot See. Like, like, oh guys, we made this one for you. And it's like, yeah, you did. You have a blind lead, and she kind of just stays indoors a lot and shucks some oysters, and then goes back inside and sits at a radio. I don't know, she doesn't really do much. It's I feel like, I still want, if we have blind actors and actresses out there, I kind of want them to do more in terms of their characters. Sort of like there was a blind character that was on the TV show You, and he just spends a lot of time indoors, either at a bookshop or that like one scene where he's at home, and he just stops by and just drops off the baby and then leaves. Yeah, so there was that, and I think she did a great job, and I hope she continues to work. And I hope that the high profile nature of this role will lead to more work, possibly even an Emmy nomination. There's a solid possibility she'll get an Emmy nomination for her work in this series. We will see, but yeah, I don't know. And then it just kind of ends, and like Werner's like, I also listened to The Professor, and she's like, I listened to, and he's like, oh, I got to get out of here because the Americans are coming, and and if they see me with you, then they'll think that you're a colluder. And I was like, is that really the first thought that they're going to think? Is that this blind girl that's in this attic with the radio, it was colluding with the Germans? That's going to be... Anyway, the series just kind of wanted to go where it wanted to go and do certain things, and that's fine. I have no idea if this is anywhere close to the book. It could be something like last year. I had actually read a book before the film adaptation of Where the Crawdads Sing, and it's always tough when you read the book. More often than not, I'm disappointed with the film adaptation. Even if I read the book after the film adaptation, it kind of makes me go, because there are generally some things that were in the book that could have been put in that I think were more interesting. And if they had kept like that scene or that character or that moment or that, whatever, I feel like it might have just tied everything together perfectly. But, so I don't know. I have a feeling, but Where the Crawdads Sing was not very well adapted, and I don't know where this is, but I'm not inclined to read it. It didn't even interest me enough to make me go, oh, I'll try to read it at some point. But it's fine. I enjoyed parts of it, and the series itself, the look at the resistance and the use of radios and all that kind of stuff, but it's also kind of deeply predictable. It's interesting because a lot of war dramas we get usually are on some sort of grand scope, and I never felt this was grand. I always felt like it was kind of limited in scope and in characters, and sort of reined in. If anything, the series that Liev Schreiber shot for National Geographic, Small Light, which came out a little bit earlier this year, had a little bit bigger of a scope to it, with a few more characters, spanning some a little bit wider distance. So, it is what it is. Audio description wise, it was good audio description. I mean, the whole time it was good audio description. I think I was always just looking for the representation factor, and she spends so little time actually going anywhere that, you get her feeling for the walls and everything, and she's listening, and it all seemed fine. I mean, not a terrible amount of range of motion, although I don't know that in the middle of World War II that I would necessarily be running around everywhere without a cane, just going from door to door, just because my dad built me a model of the town. You must have some serious GPS direction internally in order to do that. So I get it a little bit, but I think a better director would have found more dynamic ways in which to use her. So that's my series wrap up on this. And the whole stone thing was just stupid. It was just MacGuffin. The whole thing. The whole stone thing, nothing ever happened with it. Didn't do anything with it, never went anywhere. Nothing happens with it at the end. It doesn't like glow and fly into the sky and explode and be like, oh wow, it was real, like, no, nothing ever happens to it. She just continues to hold it, even though she picks it up with a cloth, even though she has no family. The curse would not apply to her. She has everything to gain from supposedly from this whole thing of like, it will give you this, but it'll take away this. It's like, well, she just found out her dad died. She has no kids. She has no other family. House is dead. So is she not picking up the stone because she that quickly fell in love with Werner after 5 seconds of knowing him? because I mean, at least if she had picked up the stone, it would have been like her answering to her father of saying like, I believe this is bullshit. I believe all of this that just happened, that this guy was traversing and he killed you for, and he got here and he picked up and he was coming here for this stupid ass stone. I believe it's bullshit and this curse is not real. Because she had nothing to lose. There was nothing, the curse side of that didn't exist. So she could have picked up, and it would have been a nice moment for her to be like, I too am like my father, I don't believe in superstitions. But her father, I guess, kind of believed in superstitions, so he had it hidden inside this thing, wrapped inside of a case, and trying to keep it so that nobody can have it. Just in case superstitions were real, I guess. Whatever. I don't know. So I'm leaving the series with some questions, with some things I might have done differently. I think we don't quite understand the power of a grenade. He's like, just ties the grenade to a door just to blow the door open. And I'm like, I think I would have done more than just blow the door open. But anyway, that's just me. I think a grenade's a little bit more powerful than just blowing a door open. But you know, anyway, so whatever. Let me know if you liked it in the comments. I'm gonna give All the Light We Cannot See episode 4 a B. Yeah, that last little moment from Hugh Laurie was nice. Some of the stuff we saw in flashbacks. So there's some good stuff mixed in here. I'm not entirely sure that Sean Levy was the right person to know how to put it all together and how to navigate it into a true quality limited series. So it's just okay. It's fine. So that's it. Done with this series, which means I don't think I'm currently recapping anything anymore. I think everything else has ended. I've wrapped up everything. So wonder what the next show will be that I'll start. So until then, I will see you guys on the other side. Don't forget to click that subscribe button so that you can be notified when I start recapping something else.